Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome into the video. So we had a very volatile week in the stock market last week, and in this video we're talking about what to expect next week from the market and how to trade it, along with that going over the 4 top trade ideas that I'm watching in the week ahead. As always, there are timestamps in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. So starting out by taking a look at the S&P futures chart. For weeks now, we've been talking about the 2 key pivot points at 5320 to 5323 on the upside as key resistance, and 5240 to 5247 on the downside as key support. In order to start a leg higher for the market, it needed a break and hold above 53.20 to 53.23, which it attempted to do so on Monday morning. This breakout attempt failed though, which traps traders who bought the breakout, therefore leading to a sell, and this sell continued on Tuesday and made it all the way down to backtest the key support at 52.40 to 52.47. So this successfully held for a large bounce into Thursday afternoon before a very violent sell that broke down from the range back below 52.40. This was a big change of character for the market, and if sellers were able to hold it below 52.40 to 52.47 from there, it was looking like a larger pullback was setting up. Though sellers may have dropped the ball once again, as on Friday, it was able to bounce strong off the 51.93 support and reclaim back above 52.40 to 52.47, and in the afternoon, it also successfully backtested that as support once again. So into next week, this is a major decision point for the market. As of now, it is a failed breakdown attempt, and in order to put a larger pullback back in play, sellers would need to break and hold back below 52.40. As long as it holds above 52.40 to 52.47 from here though, buyers still need to be considered in full control of the trend, and if so, it can make its way back up towards the top of the range. And something important to watch as well is the rising trend line in white that we've been going over the past couple weeks. This has also acted as a key pivot point and produced a few major reactions in the past week. On Tuesday, the break below it accelerated downside. It then acted as strong resistance when price backtested it a few times. On Thursday, the reclaim above the trend line accelerated upside. It successfully backtested it as support once, but broke below it the second time around, which was the beginning of when the violent sell started. So the trend line will be key to watch again in the week ahead. If we see upside continue next week after this possible failed breakdown, the trend line could align with around 53.20 when it's tested, and if so, it would likely produce a large reaction, either a large rejection or a large breakout to the upside. When there's a confluence of key levels like this, you will often get a strong reaction in result. Alright, so now getting into some trade ideas for the week ahead. Starting out with a couple we went over last week, and first up is AMD stock. So last week we went over this as it had been consolidating very tightly for over 2 weeks between 172 support and 184 to 184.92 resistance, and whichever direction it broke was likely to see a directional move. And what played out last week was it attempted to break out of the range on Monday, which ended up failing. It consolidated some more and then had a violent sell-off on Friday and broke down from the range. Now it is currently backtesting the bottom of the range as new resistance, which will be a key decision point for the week ahead. So I would consider 172 to 174 as the key resistance range to either reject and put in a lower high before continuation lower, or if it is able to reclaim back above, it can set up a failed breakdown and trigger a squeeze to the upside. So as of now, the setup looks like a short as long as it holds below this range, and on the downside it can target 164.46, 162, 160, and 155 as those next target levels below. If it is reclaimed back above though, above 174, shorts that entered on the breakdown will be trapped, and AMD can see an upside squeeze, which can target 180 and then the top of the range at 184 to 184.92 and potentially retry the breakout above there. After this long and tight of a consolidation phase, there is a lot of built up energy in the stock, and it can make a large move depending on which direction it breaks. Another setup that we went over last week was Roku stock. So we talked about how it had built out over 6 weeks of tight consolidation, and whichever direction it broke was likely to result in a sizable move. It ended up breaking to the downside below 61.4 to 62 and followed through down lower to 58 per share. Now this is the same type of setup as AMD and the same way to trade it. If it holds below 61.4 to 62, this is a short setup for continuation lower with the next levels / targets below at 58.18, 55, and 52.2. If it backtests that 61.4 to 62 zone, that would be the biggest area of interest to initiate trades from, for either a backtest and rejection to set up a move lower, or a failed breakdown and rally which can target the top of the range if it is reclaimed back above. It also allows you to keep risk very low, such as shorting the backtest at 61.4 and playing it with a stop loss at 62, or buying the failed breakdown above 62 and playing it with a stop loss at 61.4. Another stock that I'm keeping close watch on is Transmedics Group, ticker symbol TMDX. So this stock has built out a large inverse head and shoulders pattern for over a year with $90 as the key resistance and breakout point above. A positive catalyst for this stock and others in the small to mid-cap medical tech sector is Johnson & Johnson bought Shockwave Medical this past week. So the large caps such as Johnson & Johnson are slowing in growth, so they are looking to do acquisitions such as this one, and this raises valuations of the smaller growth companies as they become acquisition targets. And by comparison to Shockwave, TMDX trades for near half the revenue multiple, and it has twice the revenue growth rate. So this stock is at the top of my watch list, and a break and hold above $90 per share triggers that breakout, likely towards new all-time highs. And another stock that is a close watch for me in the week ahead is Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM. So the stock is currently flagging below highs from 2021, which has been consolidating tightly for 6 weeks and looking primed for a break soon. Along with this, it is also reacting strong off the 50-day moving average as support. So 292 to 295 is the key support zone for this stock and bottom of the range, and 311.75 is the key resistance and breakout point above. Above there, you can see an explosive move higher, likely towards new all-time highs. So that is what I'm watching for in the week ahead. Hope you guys enjoyed. For anybody interested in joining the private Discord chat, that is the first link down in the description to get my personal trade alerts, nightly watch lists, and answer any questions you have in there. I will catch you all next time. Thank you for watching, and good luck trading this week. Peace out.